Hello, Dwayne Brummett here of TriStar Martial Arts Academy, and today's topic is how to set your child up for a lifetime of success through helping them to learn in school. So now, most people place an important value on educational success, whether you feel it's important to attain some sort of socioeconomical status, increase earning power, or simply by being a more well-rounded person. There are many arguments for pro-school attitudes. From the start or the beginning of your child, starting in school, whether it's, preschool or kindergarten, we can actually cultivate an attitude in them for success, growth, and eagerness to do well. As they grow, though, their own success depends more and more on themselves as they make their own choices. However, there are some things that you can do to make it more likely for them to succeed. First thing I want to talk to you about is routines and daily habits. Now, the emphasis must be placed on creating the routines and daily habits that will set your child or children for success rather than failure. Although it takes a little bit of time to instill, a routine creates a mindset that, something for school needs to be done every single day. Think about all the different successful people who have routines in their life. For example, bodybuilders, right? They have a routine. It involves getting up and going to the gym every day. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't just, wake up one day and he wasn't born with that body. Firefighters have routines that involve putting on their gear and getting in their truck as quickly and as safely as possible, not to mention taking off the gear and putting it back into place where it's supposed to be for the next emergency. Police officers have a routine when clearing a crime scene. Garbage men have routines, right? Their routines help them pick up the trash in the most methodical order. A routine for school, a routine for your child in school is no different. So, and explaining to your child that, everyday professionals and jobs use routines is also important for them to understand the value in it. The routine you can choose for your child depends on your individual child. But basically, it involves setting aside a specific time of day and place for something related to their education. So, what do successful school routines look like? Well, I want you to consider these routines. Completing homework every day after school at the kitchen table. Writing down each subject's homework in some sort of journal or planner. Eating a healthy breakfast each morning, with your child and discussing school. So that means you're involved with that. Asking your child about one or two important things that they learned in school that day would be important. Now let's take a quick look and talk about what I call educational check-in. Whether the singular job of a student is to go to school each day, the job of that student's parent and or caretaker is to help that student, right? Help that child cultivate an attitude of learning. Despite the fact that, we as parents and guardians have our own busy lives to deal with, and maybe other kids besides one, it's important to keep in mind that, our children are also growing and learning, and it's our responsibility to take the reins on that and teach them. There are many conversation starters, in fact, that revolve around school, and it's critical that the parents set aside time each day, to talk about school. For example, you can ask your child what happened in school. Very simple, right? How did their day go? How did it go? What they learned. You can ask them what they learned. Whether anything was surprising to them that day or not, or even what grades they got on tests. Now, for older students, having a more in-depth conversation related to the transfer of educational knowledge into the real world is going to be vitally important for them. And lastly, let's talk about the value of the dreaded report card grades. Some parents choose to motivate their children with rewards for good grades, right? While there are some arguments for and against giving your child money for earning A's and B's on a report card, this can be done in a responsible way. The basic idea, though, is to motivate them with external rewards, but then phase out as they grow older, phase out those external rewards, and motivation then comes from within. Overall, there are certainly many things that you can do to jumpstart and excite and energize your child for school this year. With parenting, we all know, right? There's no right or wrong. There's no wrong answer. It all depends on, your child, the system that you want to create. But the most important thing to understand is that you need to make sure that you help create a system that's going to motivate your child for success. Now, one thing that we hear at our studio is that, because the children have a routine at the school, meaning that they have to show up to class on time. They're coming in 2 to 3 times a week. They have to learn their information and be ready for the next class in order to earn a stripe or test for their next belt. Just those small habits that they've created in those routines have helped to make them responsible also, and it's translated also in school that they transfer those habits that they learn in the martial arts program into the school. So if you're interested in our martial arts program and how it can also create routines and habits for your kids, or hey, even for yourself as an adult, give us a call or check us out on the web at tristarkarate.com. It's Mr. Brummett here signing off, and hopes this school year goes great for your kids.